Hello, and Farthest Frontier. So it's kind of interesting. This game takes just over 2 minutes to load now. I think I don't know. I don't know if it improved at some point, but it just seems to have kind of like gone back to what it was before. Because I remember they did something in the last update, I believe, to try and speed things up. And I was pretty sure it did, but now we seem to be back to what seems to be quite a long time to start a game. Might be just because of what I've got. I've got like lots and lots of things, but I mean, I don't even have like 2,000 people. I would assume people who've got more than that would have more buildings and so on, so yeah, it seems a bit odd, I must admit. It is quite a long time. But they did do something, like I say, in the patch to try and supposedly speed things up. But I can't say I'm noticing it. What I am noticing is it's winter time, and this is actually probably not a good idea to be doing this. let's not be doing that right in the middle of winter. So I think I'm just going to speed things up because I want to have a look and see where we got to, because this all still needs flattening. I think that there was something I wanted to do with that wall. I'm trying to rebuild the wall. Yeah, I want to rebuild the wall. The idea is that we'll have another gateway into a zone here. And in said zone we'll have towers for people to... Well, that in itself is a problem, because I've got lots of towers already, and I don't have the funds, shall we say, to actually put anybody in them. It's a bit of a problem. Horses. How are the horses doing these days? Right, for some... Alright, so they were doing something over here. I'll just leave them to finish that off, but that's going to need a fence as well. I think I stopped on the grounds that it was it wasn't flat. But if we run... Oh, yeah, that's it. The slope is too steep. Why? Why is that? You've been playing patty cake with a shovel since... You know, like an eternity. So why is it you're saying that it's too steep? These are a fuzzy bunch. Right, so that'll be the gate about there. So I may as well do something with that fence. Then I'll go back to playing patty cake again when we get to the springtime, I think. Oh, hold on a second. Am I doing that in the right? Yeah, that's fine. Actually, that's not necessary. Is it then? Alright, we'll leave them to do that at least. I want a little gate in there. Actually, how are we doing with horses now? Still on 2 of 12. Let's send... I mean, they don't really do much, to be fair. I mean... Hold on. Right. Yeah, I mean, things happen to them when you get too many. And I'd rather they be going there, to be fair. Because... Yeah, things kind of happen where I found out I just didn't have enough horses for the cavalry. And I had no more horses left. It just kind of went pear-shaped. So I spent a... Oh no, not the gold problem again. Oh no. No. This is a big problem. No. Can I sell things? Seriously, can we just sell everything we've got in favour of gold? Oh no. If I run out of gold, this is going to be seriously bad. Oh dear. Everything's going to go completely pear-shaped. I mean, I need somebody to come along in the springtime and say, I'll buy everything off you. Otherwise, this is all going to fall apart. Because the trouble is, I think gold gets used to repair stuff at some point. Let's have a look. Somewhere in the statistics. Gathered and mining, gold ore, right? Usable goods, produce materials, gold ingots, right? So, how could we have... it's possible it could have gone into building. I mean, there's quite a bit has gone into repairs. I mean, we're running at a... It's safe to say we're running at a loss. The trouble is, if all the spiritual people run away, and all the soldiers run away, it costs an absolute fortune to... In terms of, like, not just the money, but also, like, the resources, because you have to... I'm pretty sure they don't just, like, go and put their armor and their weapons back. I'm pretty sure they'll just disappear and take it with them. Oh, this is bad. This is bad with a capital bad. Because it seems to take quite a while to filter through as well. So like they're all extremely unhappy because there's nobody providing any religious help to them, and that's bad. And the reason there's no spiritual person around is because they're not getting paid. These are a fuzzy bunch. I'm surprised, like, you know, these religious people are not doing things for free. Surely it's part of their raison d'etre is to just to preach for free. I need them to preach for free. If they don't, it all goes horribly wrong. Because if they've left, I'm seriously in deep... Yeah, they've all left. Oh, fudgesicles. Well, there wasn't anybody in there. Oh, fiddle-dee-dee. This is bad. It's definitely bad with a capital... Because like I say, I'm pretty sure they... I'm pretty sure they take their gear with them. And if there's no... That means that somebody's then going to have to produce all of that, all those resources again. I'd rather be like selling swords and plate mail to somebody for a good price. Instead, somebody's... Yeah, see, these are now going into being undesirable. Yeah, see, we're now starting to get soldiers, but they're new soldiers. All these places are becoming undesirable because there's no spiritual person. And until some... I mean, when? Who? Where have they all gone? I mean, it's nuts. But until somebody turns up with a wagon and they've got something I can sell, or I've got something I can sell to them, I am in deep duty. This could all go pear-shaped. I think this is one of the big problems I had with the game to begin with when it first came out, was that you ran out of resources and you were heavily dependent on the trade. Now, they've since brought along these deep mines, but they produce next to nothing in terms of gold ore. So I'm running some... I've got quite a few of them, but they're just not producing enough gold to keep things ticking over. When people come along to trade with, I mean, usually I want to sell them things rather than the other way around. The problem I then have is that there's... it's a case of to buy that I haven't got anything that they want to buy, or there's not a lot I can sell them because they just don't have much money, and it slowly falls apart. Now you can build up quite a sizable amount of gold, to be fair. The only trouble is if you've got a lot of gold, you then start to attract private armies. I noticed. I usually get my butt handed to me by those. Even though I've got, like, or at least I had quite a lot of troops, my troops just didn't seem to be able to cope. It might be different now, but last time I mean I'm on just like normal difficulty as far as I recall. But my troops just didn't last against a private army. They would literally just walk through, smash the entire place down, get into here, and then they would just trash the place because the soldiers just couldn't cope against them. They would usually come in with some like trebuchets and all sorts. So you'd send like your cavalry out to try and take them on, but that didn't go well. Now I think they might have since improved the. Well, looks like a trader's coming along. Might have since improved that. I don't know, but without the gold, I'm kind of stuck in it. It looks like this is going to suddenly just fall apart. Yeah, because if these start, I've had to basically rebuild a lot of houses. And it's like, no. It's kind of surprising because I would have thought, I mean, there was some gold there. That's tricky, that. Because as soon as somebody leaves, you know, who's providing religion, it's surprising as far as I was aware that the bigger houses didn't need that. I mean, I could be wrong. But religion tends to be the biggest problem I'm finding is like people who are going out there to these little shrines, they just leave and that's it. The whole thing's just suddenly collapsing. And it's just getting like progressively worse and worse because it's gone from people being happy to now it's like now we're not getting the things that we need. And now the houses are getting abandoned.
Work to be done?
Let's see, so yeah, so their happiness has hit the floor because it's like they're not getting any beer, they're not getting any entertainment. They're getting barely any entertainment, but they're not getting no spirituality either. I'm surprised at the food because normally there's like a lot of food around. I mean, I've got quite a lot. I suppose part of the problem is the food could be maybe the food's just too far from where they normally get it. I don't know. I'm heavily relying on marketers to go and collect the food for the people, otherwise they've got to go out and get it for themselves. Like this market here has got, I mean, they've got a reasonable amount of food. Not a lot, but I think they go out with like maybe a cart, and that's about it. So it looks like I've got somebody at the little spiritual shrine. Right, so the trouble is he doesn't have much in the way of gold. No matter what I do, I'm not going to get much in the way of gold out of him. I mean, I can sell him those, but this is the thing. I need to sell him as a lot of things to get as much gold as possible. Now, there's other things he wants. I might be able to sell off. But that's my limit now. I just can't get anything out of him. Fudgesicles. Now we could be playing with the good old disappearing gold trick, where gold just suddenly disappears and then comes back. But it's kind of like an interesting juggling act because I need a lot of gold, but it's going to attract like a private. See, look at that. There, it's just suddenly disappeared. Now the problem I'm going to have is that if people aren't getting any gold, they're gonna leave and so on. Unless it's a case of that went into pay. Oh, there, see, it's back again. But we're not even like running at a profit. It's kind of odd because I mean the soldier training's costing the most. Soldier training and guard training. I mean, there are no guards here because they're not getting paid. Fudgesicles, I say. Fudgesicles. Kind of reluctant to do anything at this rate because it's like it could just suddenly fall apart. Boobar. But yeah, the end game part. I think when we get the full release, it might make more sense because then you can sort of like set yourself a target. Maybe you've got to, you've got to achieve such and such to win. Why is this not going that way? This is odd. Yeah, I could do with this colouring changed because the colours. I like the grid, but I don't like the colouring that goes with it. Because I've got ropes and they're all coloured white, which is the same as the grid. So things don't show up as well for me. Let's see if we put that on there. I think there was somebody else coming along with the car. That might be able to help. I need someone like Lethros, because Lethros usually has a lot of money. The only trouble is whether we've got anything to sell to them. Because there's a lot of goods that I can sell. I'm building up a big supply of things, but it's like, they don't need them. So good, I can sell those. I'll sell those. Oh no, that's the first time anybody's offered, I think that I recall, to buy heavy plate mail fudgesicles. Trouble is he doesn't have much money anyway, to be fair. And I'll sell him the candles. Right, so fingers crossed somebody else might come along. But I've got to be very, very careful now. Because that gold, I don't know what it is, but the gold seems to disappear very, very quickly. When you look at there, it's saying like that we're in profit. So you think like, well, where is all this money going? Now these are all got issues. They're saying there's just not enough food. But, well, who? Yeah, I'm not quite sure why. Right, let's get this stuff going because I need somebody else to turn up. My big concern now is if we do get a lot of gold. Oh, hold on, I already had one going, didn't I? Let's cancel that. Start that one again. Yeah, my big concern now is if like a private army suddenly turns up, because I know I wouldn't be able to handle them. I just can't afford for all of the actual towers to be maintained, and it takes like a long time to populate them. These are still not populated. They're still saying there's not enough gold, and everybody's still annoyed because now they're saying like there's not enough food or there's not enough entertainment, and it's, yeah, it has it's like a real domino effect. That's, oh, I remember, yeah, that was something I introduced to try to get more berries into the food chain. I'm just going to check all these ones. How are we doing in terms of the population? Yeah, that's agriculture, that's not going to help. Yeah, it's a lot of people have left. Fudgesicles. That doesn't make sense. I mean, the population's at 1551. I mean, that's pretty close to what I was at before. And I had like a bajillion people back then who were spare, who could work in the, you know, as labourers. Ooh, that's bad. Right, so I need a third person to turn up. I mean, it's spring now. Looks like Anders has left. So there's usually, because we're at this level, there's usually a third person would turn up. I'm not too fussed who it is at this stage because I need the gold. I need to try and recover this because it's all crumbling. No. There's people who are not well, so I mean, that's a school. Right, at least I've got somebody preaching over there. Is that a hospital? Yes, there's a hospital there. Now why? You're seeking
Need
medicine.
anything?
Why are you not going to a hospital then? I mean, what are you doing?
Yes.
See, why are you going all this way to just stock your shelter? Because there should be like a lot of food, because I've got all these like fields over here. I mean, we've got tons of meat over there. We've got some beans and greens there. And there's cooked meat there. So, yeah, there's quite... I mean, there's a lot of like vegetables over here. So why would somebody go... Let's go and have a look and see if I can find out where she's going.
Work to be done?
Your shelter stocking. Right, okay. So you're coming down... So she went all the way around there to come down to here. She's got herbs. That's what she has carried. Right, so that's food, that's carried. Where did you get them from? It would make sense being the healer that you'd want herbs, I must admit. And as far as I was aware, I mean, I've got like there's like an apothecary over here. Yeah, don't mind. Other people have left. Ooh, right. Oh, that's... It's probably a bit inconsiderate of me to say that was convenient, but... I mean, it was. I have a funny feeling... Anyway, forget my funny feeling for a moment. What does that get? Is there anything... I mean, I can sell a soap. Yeah, see, there's a lot of things here I can't, because I struggle with things like pelts. We're just not... I mean, we've got a lot of animals, but we seriously struggle with pelts. Because we struggle with pelts, we struggle to get the hide coats as well as the shoes. But that's the sort of things that they're interested in. Beer I'm keeping just simply because a lot of people were complaining of a lack of beer. So there's things I could sell, which, I mean, I suppose I could crank that up to maybe 100, because we've got quite a surplus there. Because she's got a bit of wiggle room there. Right, let's see. I mean, I could probably do with more people in here, because that's a big problem if people are going out there. Although, to be fair, apparently I don't have enough people in the first place, which might yeah, that's a thing. I wonder. See, this is the dilemma. These people have left, and that's had a knock-on effect. But I'm kind of like surprised that I would have thought there'd be. Now that we've topped out at 1577. It's not as high as I used to have, because a lot of these buildings, they just got abandoned. So there's quite a few of these buildings that are not as high standard, shall we say, as they used to be. It's like these are starting to get upgraded, and this is the other knock-on effect. You see, it's now we can only build like a little shelter. They're now going through the process of then upgrading, so they've gone from a little shelter to like a homestead, I think it is. Then from there they go to the manor. I think they might stall about there once they get to the manor, but that costs me a lot of money to do that. It's quite annoying. But yeah, I'm intrigued. I mean, where? Somewhere out here, because I have an apothecary, so I've got, see, like over here there's some herbs being grown over here. If memory serves, think the apothecary was over here. So these are all the printing lot over here, aren't they? So where did I put the apothecary? Furniture. This is not good, I must admit, the fact that I haven't got enough people. That doesn't help. I mean, there's 239 elderly, 247, so really, out of those 1,500, just over 1,200 are actually fit to work. So where on earth did I put the apothecary then? Did I put there, because I'm trying to remember, they use quite a few different things. Did I put them over here? No, I put these are the weavers, aren't they? The basket makers, rather. Now, why have I got one person in each shop? Well, probably because these are probably people who left. So there's one little place making herbs. I wonder if I can get that out of the statistics then. See, that's a trouble. There's 72 herbs spoiled. Now that's a thought. All this stuff, where's it getting stored? That's probably not a good idea because there's... we're going... There's a root cellar there. I mean, they'd have to take all of their produce all the way down to here. At least. Right, so let's put a couple of root cellars in here then. See if that can help. Because I don't know if they've got like any incentive to take their produce anywhere, quite frankly. Right, these are quite... Oh, that's a storehouse. The storehouse is not quite what I had in mind. Well, that's a pity, that. I don't think that can... Yeah, I could take... that would block the tower, though. Tell you what, let's move the tower. Ooh, I've got to be careful, because that... I could knock the tower... I could put the tower... Let's put the tower over to the gate. That makes more sense. Anyway. Then I can just knock this out, this back wall, fence out. Yeah, if I took the wall out, that would have serious repercussions. If I take that out, it might give me a bit more wiggle room for the cellar. Right, we're heading into the winter, aren't we? Bicycles. I mean, this is starting to get a lot deeper now, which I like. What I'd really like is to be able to fill it with water. But no, can't do that. It's a pity. Ah, now hold on, tick. Here is a storehouse. Right. Well, tell you what. Since I've only got one of these, can I fit the root cellar there? Yeah, I could probably do that. Let's take that out. I'll take that out and I'll just leave those two for now because I think that gives me 2 people there and 2 people there. Because those baskets are definitely useful because it allows, I think it's like people like the marketers to be able to carry things. If they've got a basket, from what I recall, they can carry more things. Yeah, if you increase the efficiencies by allowing them to carry more. Right, so, actually, there's a thought. Let me take the road. Oh, fudgesicles! This is another thing. I'm going to take an entire road section out for some reason. I can't just take a little bit. I've got to take an entire road section out. Now, technically, I don't need a road along there, to be fair. Right, so that's mostly food stuff. That's more specifically for the baskets in there. Was it straw? Hate willow. I was close. Right, in which case I should be able to put that. If I can turn it around. I can't see it for the trees. Let's put that there. Because I don't think that one would fit there, but I'll put that there. Because that might help. Right, so these towers have been abandoned. Oh dear. So how's our fencing doing? So the fence, so there's a horses. It's just going wherever the horses decided to go. Okay. Each to their own. I'd like to fill the gap in. I don't think it really matters, to be fair, because there's no animals around causing problems. That's a problem. And that's just because it's too steep. Yeah, it won't let me put that until I've flattened the ground. It's like, no, you're not doing that. See, I'm down to 3. Where is all this money going? So 467 was the loss. You know, with the rat catching. Yeah, a lot of it's going into like the soldiers training and the guard training. We're just not making, I mean, I'm not making enough money from what we're doing to justify the our costs. And I don't have that much in terms of guards, I would have thought. I mean, I've got quite a few areas and towers, I must admit, but a lot of them have since been abandoned. I mean, I've got this small little unit down here. I've got another small unit here. I did have some archers. They've since been abandoned. I've got another garrison there. I've got cavalry units there. I could do with actually get another one. And then I've got a small garrison there. So they've got veterancy of 1. I mean, I'm tempted to start abandoning one of these. It's just that if we get a larger... I mean, if we get a raid, if it's just the raiders, it's not so bad. I can usually just fend them off with the cavalry. I mean, they've got veterancy of 3. They've got none. Now, can I move people? Disband the company, flag it. Ah, yes, yeah, so I could transfer the soldiers. So I could abandon, say, that, and just keep that one. Because usually when there's an attack, they'll come around here, all the way around here, and by the time they get to here, the towers have dealt with them anyway. So what's the veterancy of this lot like? Because they've been involved in fights. Yeah, they're up to 2. So I think what I might do is dismiss this lot here. Now, the trouble is, I mean, how much is this lot costing me? 96. Versus, that's... yeah, the same amount. So they've got... It's interesting the veterancy doesn't cost me anything more. Right, I'm going to dismiss this lot. It's a big shame because you're losing all of the weapons and the armor as far as I'm aware. I should have probably had a look before I did anything, but right, transfer these soldiers to Panther Company. Yeah, let's transfer them up to here. You are kidding me. So I've just lost all that combat efficiency. Hang on a minute, what happened there? Oh, phew. 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 That's like phew. That's like wow. Thank goodness for that. That could have gone so bad. I'm thinking all that effort, all that time spent with them like getting veterancy, and it's like no, it's all gone by you. So that's gonna save a bit of money. I mean, this is bonkers because I had like 3,000 gold. And there's just hardly any left. It's not becoming. I mean, this whole setup I've got is just none. It's just not profitable at all. I mean, this is the thing. It's going to cost me 250 gold to then upgrade these. But hopefully, by having these, start to see more herbs. Now, can I fit? Because herbs were a big problem. It's a forager shack, isn't it? We're saving there. Right, let me put that there. I'll see if it'll complain about the road being too small or something. Because I'll get them to make herbs. I'll have to upgrade them, to be fair. There's not a lot I can do. So that'll cost me money. Right, this needs to be flattened. I'm just saying. Right, somewhere there is an edge. Somewhere. I don't know where, but somewhere. But yeah, I think at this sort of like stage, it's kind of, I'm finding it a lot more difficult because I'm really struggling to make like a profit out of it. It's not very profitable, my little setup. But I think like if you once the full version comes out, they're going to introduce, as far as I'm aware, endgame options. So you could just say, well, you know, maybe we've got to defeat so many soldiers or something, or maybe we've got to win so many battles, or achieve so many, have so many troops, or we've got to amass a certain amount of gold, or whatever it is. Maybe it might be customizable or something, or maybe there's just specific choices, but either way, you've got like a specific end goal, whereas at the moment there's nothing. Let's go over the butcher, my favourite trader, please. Ah, now this is not. I'm getting the impression now it's not in my interests to be selling this stuff. I can sell you stone. I don't mind that. Now that's interesting. I'm noticing now I've got. This was a big problem for me, honey. I was seriously struggling to get honey, and now all of a sudden I've got tons of it. The $64 million question for me is, where on earth is it? Where is all this? Where is all this honey apparently? Because I've got a lot of it. I'm going to go in search of honey because I've got like a lot of little beehives dotted around. like over here. And they did some tweaks. Ah, now that's it. Yeah, they did some tweaks. So chances are it's because I've got now... Yeah, I've got these ones over here. So they did some tweaking so you can... Your bees now benefit from the fruit trees. Right, so there's 184 there. Now, the only trouble is the brewery. See, this is the dilemma. When it first started, I was putting all of these lot together. So I just bundled them all together in a big row. And I thought, well, yeah, we'll have a concentrated area of bees where we'll get tons of wax and tons of honey. The only trouble is, yeah, that's not good from the bees' perspective. And for that reason, somewhere around here, there's the weaver. Now, where's the bees? There's a cheese maker. Somewhere out there is somebody who makes beer. It's a granary. Ah, so there's the... So they're making a... Yeah, so they're making beer. They're using a certain amount of honey and they're using a certain amount of wheat. But we've now got like a bajillion honey. I'd love to know where it is though. So you can see there's hardly any honey here. Because obviously they're going through it, so I mean, where else is it then? I mean, I've got some up here, I think. I think I made some apiaries up here. Yeah, there's hundreds of them up here. So this is the dilemma now. It's like, if I put a brewery up here, they need the wheat. So it's like they'd have to come all the way down here to get it. I could put the block, because I don't know if, as far as I'm aware, it's the labourers who... I think the storage system needs a rethink. I still haven't quite got my head around it, because I think the labourers do collect things, but...
What needs doing?
So you're a farmer, so you're gathering honey. Interesting. Speed that up, because so that is bonkers, because if that means I've got farmers down here that are gathering it, that is seriously inefficient. What's left for us? Could have sworn you just were heading back. Right. Anyway, I'll catch up with her in a minute because I need to sell things. Cause I'm down to 489 gold. It's like, where's all this gold going? So they haven't been able to bring anything here because there's only a certain number of people can stock things. Don't want to sell that. I can no longer sell that. I can sell him the glass because I've got a lot of that. He's usually got quite a lot of gold, but that's it. That is my limit now. There's nothing I can sell them. We're now into the realms of stuff that they want to buy, sell me. It's interesting because I think at some point it was kind of acknowledged like you're very much heavily reliant on the traders. So they brought in a system so that you can ask for certain items, because that was always the big problem I got. Oh, now the soldiers are unpaid. Kidding me? I'm going to go through that process again, are we? I think we went through this problem where you just started running out of resources. The idea was, well, if you can make things from the raw materials, sell things at a profit, sell the final produce, then in theory you should be able to make quite a bit of money. But I always struggled with that because you just ran out of raw resources. You could buy them, but then you were dependent on somebody actually turning up with them. So they introduced an option in there to let you like request certain items, but it comes at a big price. It's like, yeah, you can have them, but it's going to cost you a lot of money. I'm going to have to take that down, aren't I? Yeah, if I don't take that down, this land's not getting lifted. This is the trouble. That's why I took this whole wall down. It's kind of weird because I was coming at it from this side. So I was trying to lift this side up to this side. Obviously this side would get lowered, but it just wouldn't budge. The wall was getting in the way. Presumably it's like you can't lift ground if there's a wall there. They're not clever enough to pick the wall up and rebuild it or anything like that. But I want to run... Actually, I haven't said that. Oh yeah, the wall does run there. So I can't really do that without... Can I flatten that in some way? I think I've tried this before, but I'll try it again. Because if I can get them to flatten this, then that'll allow me to put the wall back. But that was intriguing. That farmer was... I'm really surprised. I didn't appreciate that farmers are going out there and picking up the stuff from the bees, and they must presumably be putting it in. That is extremely inefficient. It's either going to be people from down here doing it, or people from down here doing it. I mean, the whole reason I put those up there is that the fertility for fields, if I come back down to here, the fertility for growing a field is different to the fertility for your animals. It's different for your fruit trees and so on. So you don't mix the two. So at the time, I was just looking for, well, where's there a better place to, where I've got a lot of space, and where's the best fertility. That's a doozy, that, because it's like, well, why would I want to put these here if I'm now going to have to rely on farmers to come out and get it? That is bonkers. And it's the other dial. Oh, pesky creatures. But I've now got a lot of honey building up here by the looks of it. And the trouble is the brewery's right the way over here. So I'm kind of like caught between a rock and a hard place, because they need wheat, but they also need the honey. They also need firewood. They need to be close to, quite a few interesting. So it kind of like makes me think you've got to kind of rethink this, because I noticed the fields. Have a look at the fertility. I mean, the fertility on these fields is pretty high. You can see we're right up at the edge there. I'm going to click on that one. Its fertility is at 93%. That one, 98%. Because there's just like a ton of compost out there. Compost is not a problem. It used to be a big problem. Now it is, like, it's just not a problem. Interesting. I've got no beer. Oh dear. So we're not producing enough beer. Yeah, we're not producing enough beer. There's nothing I can do about the spices. I've got to buy them. I could really do with somebody offering to buy these. So there's a real struggle for berries, for mushrooms, and for nuts. Which is fair, because we're into the spring anyway. We've now got a struggle for hay. Paper, I mean, we're getting plenty of books, but... I mean, I've got like a bajillion pottery. I've now got tons of tools. It's a real juggling act now. Because there's things have changed, because before there was... Like, I was running out of different materials. Now I've been tweaking things, and now I'm running out of other materials. So it's like, oh no. Okay. So what have we got here now? Just out of curiosity. So there's a bit of honey going into there, which is interesting. Right, that is just a basic one. I've got to up. I don't have a choice. Okay, it doesn't cost me any gold, so that's fine. That'll go into more herbs. Because I'm not seeing any herbs over here. So someone around here must make them. Now that's interesting because you make the medicinal roots. You make medicinal roots. I could have sworn I had... Because I went through them in that order, so you... Yeah, I went through them in order to make sure I had one of each. So they're making the herbs. So where's the... I know... Somewhere in there there's an apothecary, but there's also one down here. Because, I mean, how much... Let's have a look-see. Hold on, hold on. I'm looking for the medicine. Because you can make medicines, which is better. So you can just give them herbs. There's also like the medicinal roots, which as far as I recall goes into making some medical brew. Yeah, it's set for show empty ones. I'm not seeing it here for some reason. Oh, there it is there. Right, so we've got quite a lot of medicine as well. So, I mean, the apothecary is that the apothecary there? Yeah, so I've got one person working on the apothecary. So they take medicinal roots. Ah, so they take honey as well. And they take willow, but they also take that. So there should be somewhere a doctor there. I think I might take some of these off since we're running out. So they've got a choice. They've got quite a few herbs. They've got quite a few medicines. I mean, the health doesn't seem as bad now, so I'll leave it with 2. So they've got quite a lot of medicines and herbs. I think there's one here, so we'll take 2 off there. Because that, to me, I think is overkill. Right, so anything I can sell you. I can sell you soap at a cheap price. I can sell you pottery at a cheap price. Right, since I have quite a lot, I'll crank that up a bit more. Because at least, even if I keep a large storage, I can at least sell them. Like a small amount. It's up to me what I sell. Don't really want to sell that. It's nothing else. So, yeah, I'm back to, like, there's things I want to sell. And I do have a bit of stuff in storage somewhere, but just not in the trading post to sell. So sitting on about 3,000 gold, which I just don't know how long that's going to last, because now we're running at a bigger loss. So I've parted company with some of the soldiers, which might save a bit. But there's like nobody's interested in... that's because those are disabled. That's alright then. Right, so it looks like people have probably come back here. Bicycles. Right, that's still getting upgraded. That's almost done. I'll just keep moving the edge a bit further away, and eventually it'll get flattened. Don't. Oddly enough, we do not need that tree. I'm just saying that a tree is something I don't particularly need here. Having said that, the horses might enjoy it. You never know. I should maybe I should just sit and watch the horses and see what they get up to. Maybe they actually enjoy that tree. Fence. Can I make a fence? Yes, I can. It's a bit wibbly wobbly, but at least I can. I mean, I can pen them in. I mean, to be fair, if they want to go somewhere else, they will. They'll just casually wander off somewhere. I have this tendency. I've noticed the animals will just like. They'll open the gate and they'll go wherever they please. It's, you know, I mean, each to their own. Apparently I can't stop them. Which begs the question, what was the point of the fence then? I mean, I suppose like with these little ones, you think, I'm thinking like, you know, I suppose in some respects, like, the wolves are pretty big. So it is feasible. And bears, I mean, yeah, it's feasible. Speaking of feasible, what are we doing with food at the moment? So we've got a reasonable amount of meat, so I could start adding more. Oh, it's Beldar the Peddler. Can I sell you? See, now look at that. Oh, now all of a sudden I've got no candles left. So it's like, oh dear. Right, tell you what, how about I sell you like a ton of sand? Crikey. My big concern at this point is I start pulling in a private army. This is kind of, I'd love to know where all this gold is going, because it doesn't give you like a really good breakdown. To me it doesn't anyway, because it's constantly changing. Like if you go back to the statistics, this is not too bad. It gives you like, I mean it's live and you can, but if you hover over it you can kind of see what's been going on. I mean if we go to gold ingots, all it's telling me, you produce this amount and you consume that amount. Okay, that's not helpful. But 1,633 went into repairs. I'm assuming all of these things, like statues that we built a long time ago, are costing like a lot to repair. Now they've got an issue. Let's have a check. Because a minute ago I had like a bajillion beer and I think now I've got none. I'm sure at some point it actually said you had no beer. So there's a bit of beer going on. Honey is at... See, yeah, I've now got over 2,000 honey. There's 2,000 honey out there somewhere. I mean, a lot of it will be up here, I'd imagine. That's what I could do with. I could do with better control over these wagons. For instance. So where are you going? I'd love to be able to get them to go and transfer stuff from here, because I can tell them to stop storing that. But where's the farmer then going to take it? I mean, it's like, does the farmer pick it up from here and then just dump it here? As far as I'm aware, there's nobody here needs it. There's a glassmaker here and there's a preservist, so they don't need it. So I think I might take it out of here and just say don't store these. There's no point. If I go back to here. Oh, just don't store raw materials. Do the same with that one. Oh, it makes no difference. Now, as far as I'm aware, I think the labourers then come along and start picking
Work to be done?
stuff up. So, right, so what are you doing these days? So you dropped something off. Oh, right, where are you
What
going?
is it?
You sound the same, but you look different. But you've got nothing. Alright, okay, well what about the actual wagon itself then? Not you, the wagon. I need to know what the wagon's doing. Not the road. What's the
Yes?
wagon? No, not you. What's the what's the wagon doing? There it is. Right. Sheesh. So that wagon has got a lot of stuff now. It's a day in the life of a wagon. So where are you going to take that? I mean, as if she takes it into somewhere like here, it's pointless. And why are you cutting across? No, 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 no. You're taking that somewhere. You're taking that. I'm telling you now. You're taking that somewhere else. Why can't I click on the wagon? Stop! Stop it! Not you. Right. It's a bit confusing. Right. So now you've got 884. Right. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. I'm having to play a bit of a juggling act. Right. So I don't need any. I don't need honey there. And I don't need honey there. This is crazy, this. Like, where are you going to take it now? I'm out. It's like a game of whack-a-mole. Don't even think about it. Do not even think about it. No. I don't care. You're not taking it there either. Oh, no, no, no. No, 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 no. I'm not letting you take it there either. Or are you picking stuff up from here?
What needs doing?
What needs doing is, where's your... You're kidding me. Oh, you've gone home. Oh, this was items transferred last year. Ah, fudgesicles. Oh, fiddly-dee. So all that has actually gone. I just don't know where it's gone. It's gone somewhere. Where's it gone? No. It could have disappeared into the ether. It's kind of frustrating because, like, no, I don't want the honey day. Don't keep it there either. Yeah, don't keep any raw materials, actually. Don't keep them. Don't care. You can't keep them here. Now, the apothecary. Ooh, that's a doozy because... Where's the storage? Because that's a... Ah, now I don't have a storage for that. That's not actually good, is it? Ooh. That is now suddenly a problem. I just realised there's no... Yeah, there's no root cellar here. Because they could do with honey. So that comes under storage. Storage. Yeah, because I don't want to store it there. I mean, again, this is the dilemma. It's like I've now got... I mean, do you then produce the... If you want to center all of your resources, the common resources in one place. So like, for instance, here, I mean, if I set up an apothecary here, kind of makes sense. Because I've got the brewery here. They both need access to honey. There's a bit there, but... Yeah, I think I went through the process of disabling. Let's disable it from there. I don't need it there. And I don't need it there. But that's a... Yeah, that's now I've got two buildings in competition with each other. Both of them need honey. And I could end up either... It either all ends up here. Or it all ends up here. Now, I think... If I pick a building... Right, so there's no storage limit there, but I think you can set global limits and you can set per storage limits. So I could say... Now, honey is something I can't control, to be fair. Yeah, so here I can set like a limit on bricks. But I think I could go to one of these and set its own limit on bricks. I think it might be something similar with storage. I might be able to set a specific limit and say I only want, say, 100 honey stored here or whatever. But then over here I could just say, well, I'm not going to have a limit on these. So these buildings here, they can all store honey. But I don't really care how much. Now, why have I got pastries here? Well, you've got a patisserie here somewhere. Yeah, I've got a pastry shop here. Okay. So excess food's getting stored there. Okay. Well, yeah, I think maybe that's something I need to do, is start thinking about that, so I can always make sure that a certain amount of the honey gets to here, and then that'll help the apothecary there. There's a thought. Actually, have I not got another one? I'm pretty sure there is another one, but there's that one there making them. Then we've got a brewer over here. Ah, there they are there. So they need honey as well, so I'm going to have to find another storage for them. So there's one over there. Now that's got 735 honey. I don't think so. I mean, I could, because that was intended for the fish. But yeah, I think I'm now down to 829 gold from about 3,000. This is just nuts. I am seriously struggling to hold on to money. It's just disappearing. I'm going to go back and check again. So we're producing more than we've consumed, but we've now used about nearly 2,500 to repair things. This is getting expensive.